thing for certain. This has been an odyssey I won't forget.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Podyssey, episode 20. We've actually done more than 20 episodes, but this is the official 20th episode, and it's good to be here today. I know, right?
I didn't know it was 20
episodes.
God, that's totally lost me there.
I know, right? I'm technically we've done like 23 or something, but you know, with the differences of numbers and like how we did the Mirage episode, which wasn't numbered, and the live stream, technically this is 20.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's good to be here. My name's the Exile, and I'm co-hosted with my friend Willis Makes Movies. Today we're going to be talking everything Assassin's Creed and everything in between. That's what we do here on the Podyssey, aka the Podyssey. And what I'm doing is I'm just speaking and sounding like I'm doing a really good intro because as I'm saying this, I'm trying to get my list of topics up so we can segue. So while I do that, let me ask you, Willis Makes Movies, how are you doing?
I'm alright, yeah. Do you need like a good 20 seconds of time filled here while you just
I need to
furiously try and find the topics?
I really need to know how you're doing. Need to know.
Okay, well let me go into excruciating detail. So I woke up at
yes, please.
Woke up at 7:42 this morning to my alarm to go to work. Then I
how did you feel when you woke up?
I was quite tired, I won't lie. I was up quite late last night. My own stupid reason. I decided to the new season of Black Mirror came out.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I was reading through the descriptions for it, the episode descriptions the other day.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very far behind. So I thought I'm gonna make an effort. I know they're not chronological, but you know it's not like every episode is standalone. But I still want to watch them like chronologically, so I'm like halfway through season 3 at the minute.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching a couple of episodes of that last night, and they're just so engaging that I ended up sort of going past my bedtime. So I was a little bit tired this morning.
Naughty boy, you naughty boy.
But I was really happy because it's the Easter holidays at the minute.
Yeah, I didn't even realise that. That's what happens when you don't go to like school anymore. You just don't know.
Yeah. It just randomly springs. I just saw the traffic for work this morning and I was like, oh, there's none.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So even though I got up early, I was able to just lie in bed for an extra 20 minutes, and then it's wonderful. Nice quick journey.
I mean, that's a sign of a good day ahead.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be like this for 2 weeks. Which, what more could you ask for? Absolutely wonderful.
Now, let me just thank you very much for filling in.
Of course,
filling in for me there, because now I've got my topics on the screen.
Now,
the first thing I want to do, right, and this is something I saw the other day on one of our episode comments, right? We got an angry commenter.
Oh, we got an
and
angry...
I replied to this guy and I was like, I can't wait to call you out in the next episode.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
So we're gonna call this guy out because it's just, well, let me read it to you. I think it was on our Spoilercast episode.
Oh, right. Oh, I've definitely not seen it then.
Yeah.
I haven't checked that in a while.
See. Here we go. So let me read it to you, and just you gotta see.
I'll let it sink in.
Let me read it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And also to the viewers at home, I keep sniffing. I'm apologizing now because it might happen through the episode. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
we're
if
not
you heard
going
that
to
through
edit
the
out
Discord
every single one of those.
Oh no, this episode wouldn't just not come out.
Yeah.
So let me read you this comment. He says, or they say, AC died with Desmond. The modern day story was an incredibly important part of the overall story. The modern day stuff had me more interested and invested than the Assassin's Timeline stuff. When Desmond died, so did my interest and investment in the franchise. Yes, we had good games like AC4 since then, but that's more of an offshoot pirate game than an AC game to me. I don't agree with that, but anyway, moving on. A good one, but not Assassin's Creed. I don't care about this franchise anymore. So that's fair enough. You know,
okay.
That's not hateful. I replied to him saying, you had me in the first half, not gonna lie. But the comment unfortunately didn't end there.
Oh, okay.
He says, Also, about your stupid idea about Naue not being in the game, she should have been the focus. She's the assassin. Yasuke is just there for DEI crap.
Oh, right, okay, there we go. There we go.
Ubisoft tried to rewrite history with his character. How about you check your fucking facts before you say shit? Yasuke had the worst story, period.
What?
So then I replied, yeah, I know. I replied and I said, you had me in the first half, then you started talking absolute yap in the second.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy making fun of this comment next time we record.
Ooh,
He actually did reply. He replied back to me, I didn't see this. Cool story, bro. It's my opinion, as well as many others. Deal with it and shut the fuck up.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Tell you what, that's a pretty cool answer.
Yeah. So the reason I wanted to call it out, firstly, it's just funny to laugh at. But secondly, I don't know. I just feel like if people say stuff like that, I feel like it's good to call it out and just talk about like what do you actually mean by that? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, because that needs breaking down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, because like obviously this guy sounds like he's been a fan for a long time. And I, as someone who's also been a fan for a long time of Assassin's Creed, I think Yasuke, at least it was a cool idea, right? At least he could have had a cool story. At least, you know, I don't think he did, but I think the idea that Yasuke could have had a really cool story could be very much there. And it annoys me when people say stuff like, "Oh, he's just DEI crap." Why?
Yeah,
just because he's black?
Yeah, that's
just
not
because
true,
he's black. It's like maybe stop listening to all your grifter YouTubers that you enjoy and actually have a think. Because his story was pretty trash in the game because they're bad writers at Ubisoft, not because he's black, right? That has nothing to do with it. So it's like, let's sit back and actually think about what you actually mean by that. Do you know what I mean? And then when you really get down to it, are you just being a bit racist? That's what I think. What do you think?
Personally, though, I think Yasuke had the better story out of the two in the game.
Well,
so I'm sitting here
yes,
like, no, I thought
the
Yasuke
thing.
was like better. Like, what? What do you mean Yasuke was bad? Like, did you play the game?
Out of two stories that, well, we had a lot of thoughts about, let's just say.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think he was well written and I think he could have been done a lot better, he still had the better story than Naue.
Definitely. I've played like side quests with him now where I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. Like, there's some really good cutscenes that dive into him, and you can't say he's just been like thrown in there because they wouldn't have gone to the amount of effort that they did.
No,
it's not like he's just, you know, they bring up his race constantly. It's not like it's just like, I don't know, at the last second they switched his race. Like, it is part of the character. It's baked into the entire story.
It's not like Yasuke was a real person, but it's not like Yasuke was a real Asian person. Yasuke was a real African person, so it literally makes sense. And it's not. And the thing that pisses me off, and the hypocrisy in this guy's comment, right, is that he's saying like how he used to love AC and the modern day stuff.
That's another aspect. Yeah, I think we need to talk about that part as well.
But then he says Ubisoft tried to rewrite history with his character. That's literally what Ubisoft has always done with Assassin's Creed, and you were a fan of that. This guy was a fan of that because he liked the modern day. There's no Abstergo in real life. There's no Ezio. There was no Assassins and Templars after Altair's time. There was no Pieces of Eden, but you liked all that stuff, and that was a rewriting of history. So why, when there's a black character, do you not like a rewriting of history? Oh, probably because you're racist. That's what I think. And obviously the guy will probably reply and say, actually, no, I'm not. You always scream racism when you don't like my facts. Yeah. That's what a lot of people say,
and
right?
Then,
it's like, okay, try to actually explain it without sounding racist then.
And then he'll go and watch The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise after that and have no issues with it.
Yeah, he'll be like, totally, this is amazing.
I haven't watched Shogun, but isn't that a similar scenario where it's a white guy who comes over and gets trained or something? Like, nobody's complaining about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I haven't actually watched it, so I can't say.
No, me neither, to be honest. But I know there's a white guy who's like a lead in it, which makes me think, oh, it's like a similar scenario, but nobody complained about that.
I just think, I don't know. I just don't. I will never understand why people get angry because somebody is not. In the example of I was going to say not white, but in the example of Assassin's Creed Shadows, is not the character of that land. When it's like, you know, you can write more than one story
Like
every
perspective,
single
isn't
time.
it?
You
It's
can
just a
you
different
can
perspective.
you can try something new, yeah, and it's not, and because you want to try something different doesn't make you, oh, it's woke, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think you can tell because the best writing in the game is when they're talking about Yasuke's like backstory and
Yeah,
the scenarios
that's
that got him there, and you're like, yeah, this is clearly where their hearts were at when they were writing this. Like, if this
Yeah.
was just another samurai character, I don't think it would have been as good. I don't know if that's like
Well, it
a
would
bit
have
of a
been
stretch
different,
to say, but
wouldn't
yeah, it would have been different and
and-
probably more in line with Naoya's story. I would have thought.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, if it, let's just say, you know, the real sort of grifters got their way, and it was just a classic, just one character, and it was an Asian samurai.
Yeah.
If that was the case, everyone would have just said, "This is copying Ghost of Tsushima. We already had this guy. At least try something different." So it's like, you'll never win with these people. You know, you'll never win.
Yeah, although I like to hope that Ubisoft didn't just go, "Oh, we need to do something different."
No, I think they probably just thought, what they just did some research of the time period, and they found out about Yasuke, and they thought, well, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I
And
mean
that
they
was
did.
it.
They
And
did explicitly say like they couldn't fit the whole shinobi and samurai thing into one character. They wanted to
They
go in
could've.
different routes, and you know I
They
think
should
it does
have
make
fit it
sense.
into one character.
Well,
They should
Hanzo,
have fit,
Hattori Hanzo was
Yeah, well-
literally that in the lore, but whatever.
or even Yasuke, like we said though, as like a cool assassin samurai.
Yeah,
That would have been sick.
they-
I think
they
that was the
could've done
idea
that.
he didn't like. That was the idea that this comment didn't like. He was
yeah.
like, that's your stupid idea. Yeah.
And then there's the Desmond thing. I mean, that was interesting to read to hear that, because it's so funny how like in retrospect everybody thinks Desmond's like journey was amazing when like at the time he was like the most annoying character. Everybody hated him. They wanted him gone. And then the
People
second they
hated
killed him,
Desmond.
like I think in general people were like, oh
Really?
my god, this guy's boring, and like nobody enjoyed the modern day stuff until he died, and then we saw what happened without him.
Yeah, I mean, because I was so young, you know, well, I guess we both were, but I was so, like, when I was playing, like, 2 to sort of Revelations to 3, I was not watching, like, YouTube videos about Assassin's Creed, so whatever people thought online, I had no idea. And I loved Desmond. I always thought Desmond was great.
Yeah, I just I remember, well, obviously Brotherhood was my first game, so when Desmond popped on screen, I had no idea what I didn't
didn't
know
know
that
what was
Assassin's
going
Creed
on.
had a modern day.
Oh my
So when
goodness.
Desmond popped on screen, I was like, "Huh? What's this?" Like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not. Can
To
I
be
get back to
fair-
the? Can I get back to the Assassin's Creed game? What's this?
I feel like that's what why a lot of people don't know modern day now. 'Cause
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
see, like, you know, like really, like, let's say someone who's like 15 nowadays, like they're 15 years old in 2025, and they see Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they're like, oh, okay, so this is some sort of Japanese sort of warrior game, okay, and they play it, and then they get that intro cutscene of the Animus. They'll be thinking, wait, what?
Have I got the wrong
Wait,
game?
what? Yeah, but at the same time, that's what everybody thought when AC1 came out, and it works.
Yeah,
'cause it was
it's the
well done.
identity, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I can see like
Yeah.
Ubisoft have probably got some spreadsheet somewhere that says, oh, like 50% of players drop off during this particular cutscene, which is the modern day intro or something.
Yeah, I did get a comment the other day. I've got an Assassin's Creed timeline video, and somebody commented on it saying, if they had just took out all the modern day crap, this series would be so good. And I replied like, so you just want a generic series then, a generic game?
I mean,
Well-
look, I think the modern day is a core pillar to what makes the franchise what it is. If they'd started AC1 without it, then I don't think we'd be going, oh, I wish they had a modern day element. It's only because they leaned so far into it at the beginning that we're like, this is now an identity of what Assassin's Creed is.
Yeah. Then again, part of me does not agree that it is part of the identity anymore, though.
No, well, they've definitely tried to, you know, God, probably the last 10 years plus, they've steered away from it to the point where the stories in the past are just totally unaffected by what's going on in the present and vice versa, you know? It's
Yeah.
It's a shame,
Yeah,
but-
yeah. Right, I'm just thinking of our topics. We're gonna kind of got to get on with the next one, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna be here for hours, aren't we? Well, we will be, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because we've got a couple of write-ins to respond to, haven't we, from last week? We didn't get through them.
We had the one write-in from last week that was too long to fit in the episode, and then since then we've got another one, which is a short one, to be fair. But before that, obviously I asked how you're doing. But I don't know, did you do anything interesting on the weekend? I know the other week you watched a Minecraft movie. Any updates? Anything new?
Well, on Saturday I went to I was helping set up a function room for like this, like a I don't know how to describe it. It's like a biker gang reunion thing. I don't know how to describe this. I was not part of it.
How'd you get into this?
It's a long story, but basically I was there to help unload the van, set up the equipment, and in return I got like free tickets. Like a few of us did. A few of my friends got like free tickets to the event. So we went, why not? So yeah, we were.
Oh right, yeah.
So we were there, and then we had to sort of stay until like 11:30, and then helped pack up, and it was good. Yeah, you know, just a bit of a weird side quest to go on, but it was fun.
So was it just, what sort of thing was it? Like they were showing, it was like when they meet up and show off their bikes and that sort of thing?
But it was like that crowd, but they didn't have any bikes or anything. They were just in a function room with a DJ playing for like 4 hours.
Oh, they were just having a party?
Yeah, it was just a party. Everybody was up and dancing and stuff. It was a bit like a wedding venue, like that sort of context. It was kind of weird.
I wonder what they were celebrating.
I don't know. I think it was someone's birthday, but I don't think that was why they were there. But it was fun. It was a fun, like, I don't know, it's a bit weird. Like, I think the age demographic was definitely older, skewing.
What was the music like? Was it like
I didn't know any of it. And
was it like biker rocker sort of music?
Yeah, I want to say like 70s sort of. Like, I don't know, I didn't understand any of the like, nothing rang a bell. You know what I mean? Like, it was very old music, but it was an experience. It was something different.
Damn, that sounds like it was something.
Yeah, I'm down to Scarborough next weekend for a biking thing.
Have you just become a biker over the weekend?
No. Yeah, I've joined a gang. I've joined a gang.
Yeah.
No,
be careful what I say to you.
No, I'm just tagging along, I think, for now. I don't know.
So you're like the bottom of the gang, and you're trying to work your way up. You're like the drug mule.
Yeah. Although don't check my car on the way down. No, I'm joking. Of course. No, yeah, I'm like the roadie. I'm taking all the wives down while the husbands are on their bikes. So I'm just giving everyone a little
Watch out, husbands. Willis Makes Movies is I don't know what, I could have said something really funny, I couldn't think of anything, but he's there with the wives.
Yeah, in my Toyota.
Think of a funny joke.
Like pimping them down to Scarborough. Should wear a fur coat or something. But yeah, we've got a hotel booked, so that's going to be fun. I'll report back next week how that goes.
Maybe you should get some vlog footage, and we can.
I'll do
put it in the pod,
because we're going down at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I believe we're drinking all day. So that's going to be a rough one. So you'll definitely get some fun drunk Willis footage for next week.
Of course. That's going to be our dissection.
That's
of
the
next
whole
week.
Topic, yeah. That's the main topic. We'll go frame by frame.
Speaking of getting drunk, I was throwing up on the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went to I don't know if you saw my private story. I went
that looked fun.
Yeah, so obviously I had this thing booked with my friend for like ages. Like I'd say like a month or something. We had tickets for this event in Bristol. Obviously, being in Bath, Bristol's like, you get 15 minutes on the train, something like that. So it's like our second closest city, right? And me and my friend Luke, we have very similar music tastes. And me and him are like kind of the only people that like we can share that same music taste with, because you know, my girlfriend, the rest of my friends and everything like that, they like, there'll be a few overlaps, but it's not really the same taste in music. So we were like, oh my god, this is an event for all the music we like. We have to go. It's going to be so good. Because one of our biggest issues when we go out on like a night out is like, it's fun, but there's just never any music that personally I like. It's always just like there's a few here and there, but it's all just sort of mainstream stuff, isn't it? You know what I mean? Just the same thing on repeat for like 5 years. And it's just like, so this was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good. Everyone there's gonna like the same stuff. So me and him, we booked this ticket for like a month. We can't wait. And then the day before I go, he messages me and he's like really sick. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to go. I was so excited. I remember I was with my friend hanging out and I was telling him all about it and I said how excited I was. And then I checked my phone with him there and I'm like, oh, I told you all about that, how excited I was, but it looks like I'm not going now. Because, I mean, I wasn't annoyed at my friend because, like, from what he explained, he's, like, genuinely, like, you know, he's pretty sick. He can't go out. He definitely can't go out. Yeah, he's not dying or anything. It's not like that.
No,
it's just like...
a bit under the weather.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, but I've got to go. I'm so excited for this. It's like, I don't want to miss this. So I'm thinking, all right, who can I ask that would not mind going with me? And then I couldn't think of anyone. Like all my friends, I knew they won't be into it. And then I remembered, of course, my cousin, he loves the same music as me as well. He's like my only other friend who likes the same sort of music. So I message him and I'm like, are you free tomorrow? Do you want to go out? And he's just like straight away, he's like, yeah, of course. I was like, oh, thank God.
There you go.
So I call him up and I explain what's going on and he's like fully down for it. And then obviously I ended up going with my cousin, the guy who likes Odyssey, you know, that guy. So, but apart from that, he's all right. Apart
things.
From that, nah, he's all right. Apart from that, he's all right. He's all right. But the fun thing was, you know, we went to Bristol. Ended up meeting two of my friends that live in Bristol. And they just sort of had a few drinks with us before, before the actual event. And we went to this really cool. I'll overlay some footage. Of that, it was like this arcade bar, and they had like OG Xbox, they had GameCubes, they had Nintendo 64s, all lined up, and you could just play like all these 4-player games, and they were all like, they all had like custom firmware on them. They were all like, you know, like hacked, so they had all of these games that you could play. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Because Louis, my cousin, who I took with me, he's 18, so he's a bit younger. And he'd never used an OG Xbox controller in his life, and he's like, "What do I do?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you do? It's a controller. I've literally got a PC controller, which is modeled off of an old OG Xbox controller right here. I'm showing it to camera. But he's like, "What do I do?" He's like, "Where's the middle button so I can change game?" And I'm like, "No, it didn't have a middle button. You had to take the disc out if you wanted to change the game."
God.
But then we read the sign on the wall, and it was because obviously it was like had homebrew on it, like a hacked thing. If you pushed certain buttons in order, it would go out to this like homebrew menu, and you could play all these different types of games.
Oh, right.
So yeah, then we played Mario Party on the GameCube, Mario Kart on the N64. That was really fun. I'll show you, as I said, we'll get some footage on the screen to show. That was really fun. That was cool. Did you say "ooh" as if you were gonna say something?
No, just. Ooh, just.
Oh, I thought you went.
A good selection of games.
Yeah, it was, and it was just fun. It was just I hadn't seen that sort of thing in like a bar before.
Well, it's funny.
So
funny you mention that. We've actually got one like that up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one place that all of my friends are happy to go to. It's called Space Bar, and it's a bit like that, where they've got like consoles set up, but they've also got like. They've got arcade machines, and then they've got like PS5s and stuff, but you've got to rent the controllers. So it's like 30 quid, and you get a PS5 controller, and you can just play a PS5 with whatever games they've got on it, like all night.
Oh wow, yeah.
It looked very similar to the type of bar you were at as well.
Oh, did you see the private story?
Yeah, I was having a flick through.
Oh, you did?
I was like, oh, yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
All the neon as well. That's exactly like how it looks up here. I was like, is it the same brand?
It was really cool. I don't know the name of it. We just walked in, but yeah, it was cool. And then obviously, yeah, it got to 11, and that's when the actual event started down the road from there. And there's other like club. So me and Louis, we go in there, and as soon as we get there, it's looking sick. Like, it's banging out music that we like. And for a context for the viewers, it was a Lil Peep / Suicide Boys night.
Oh my god.
So it's like
I remember the day he died. I was
where were you?
Yeah, I was at college. I remember my friend messaged me and just went,
college.
"Bro, Peep's dead." Like, for real.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was crazy. God, that was a long time ago. That.
Yeah, it was like, what was it, 2017?
I think so, yes, because I did go through a phase of listening to him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went through the SoundCloud rapper phase, and then he died, and I just, like, between 2017 and like 2020, I think the entire genre quite literally died.
Yeah,
like, everybody
it's
ended up popping off all the time. I was like, Jesus Christ, is this a safe industry to be?
Like, X died, didn't he? 2018. Juice WRLD died.
Yeah.
We still got Lil Uzi Vert. We got Trippie Redd.
How on earth is Lil Pump still alive? That's what I want to know.
Oh my god! Yeah, he was a loose cannon from what I understand.
He couldn't write a lyric to save his life.
Yeah, Gucci Gang. What do you mean?
That's the problem. Oh, the song he did with Kanye was fantastic.
Oh, of course. I actually like that song. That was good. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I actually saw Lil Pump live.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in Bristol as well, actually. It was like 2018.
Was he, like, responsive?
Yeah, he was like, bro, he was going crazy. He was like, really? Gucci gang, yeah. He came up on stage. He was going, I want all y'all to go crazy. He was going. But then when he said that, everyone started doing like insane mosh pits. And like, it was the most packed I thought I was going to die. Like, I actually did.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I was a bit drunk, so if I was sober, I probably wouldn't think I was going to die. But like, I remember this was when I was 2017, 2018, sorry. And it was so packed in there. They let way too many people in, and everyone was just like, it was already packed without the mosh pits. But then as soon as everyone started moving out to make a circle for mosh pits, it got so tightly packed, like human cattle. And then they just jump into you. And, like, I had my mate was wearing like a small like necklace chain, and somebody ripped it off his neck.
Oh no.
And then I went to watch Trippie Redd a couple of years later in London, and that happened to me. Somebody ripped my chain off my neck. I turned around, and there's just tons of people behind me, so I'm like, I'm never gonna know who it was.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder if
it's so pissed off.
I mean, things like that. I wonder if some people get tickets just to go in and,
Oh, they do that. Like, they'll go in to rob.
Yeah, to steal stuff, basically, see what they can get away with.
That taught me a lesson. If you go to a concert of an actual artist, do not wear like a necklace or anything loose, like that, because you'll get it ripped off. But anyway, just finishing my actual story. It was like a night for all stuff like that. It was like branded around Suicide Boys and Lil Peep, but then they were playing like X, Trippie Redd.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm into all that stuff, I mean, I like lots of other types of music, but that's definitely a lot of like rap I like to listen to. And it was just really cool to have it in like a club, and like everybody was like really into it as well, because that was why they're there. And me and my cousin got so drunk. Firstly, we went outside near the end, and Louis just fell into himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was sat down, he had his head down, he had his hands over his face. I was like, oh mate, what's happening? He's like, I can't go back in.
That's brilliant.
He's like, I've never thrown up on a night out before. And I was like, oh god. I was like, let it out, mate, let it all out. And then thing is, I didn't actually see him throw up, because then I went back in because I was really drunk and I didn't want to go home yet. And I didn't, don't worry, like, I didn't ditch him or anything like that. I would never do that. But I said to him, like, you sit here, I'm going to get you some water. I'm going to go get you some water. And he's like, yeah, okay. So, no, I genuinely meant it. Like, I went to get him some water. But then after I got him the water, some people that I'd made friends with in that night, like, were there, and they're like, yo, and I was so drunk. I was like, yeah, and I was in there for a good half an hour holding these cups of water, just like going crazy. And they were playing some good music, and I was like, oh shit, Louis. And I came back out. I was like, right, mate, here's your water. And it was like half empty when I
was going to say, how much of the water survived?
I drank a bit and I spilt a bit. It was like a little bit left. And he was like, thanks, mate. And he's like, I've been throwing up. And they actually gave him a bottle of water, the bouncers.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And then then we went home. We got an Uber, and then I had to tell the Uber to pull over halfway home, and I just threw up all over the road.
Oh, weird.
It was horrible. I never I don't usually drink too much and throw up. It's not what I usually do, but I was just having such a good time. I just kept downing the drinks.
I was
and
like that the other week.
Took it too far. Yeah. What happened? When you're at the biker place?
No, I was fine there. I was safe because everybody wants to see me drunk now. Because of
why?
Because one time I had a lot of cocktails and apparently just became the highlight of everyone's evening. I must have I know I'm very entertaining when I'm drunk, which is a gift and a curse because everybody wants you to drink heavily when you're out.
Yeah.
And
you are the circus sort of show.
Yeah,
act
well,
now.
I'm usually very reserved until 4 cocktails in. It tends to switch and I suddenly become extroverted. And
after exactly 57 sips.
Yeah. Well, I used to have the 5 piss rule, which was that after 5 pisses, that's it. You've gone too far.
That's when.
But then I realised that
gone
doesn't
too
work.
far.
That doesn't work at all because it depends on what you're drinking.
Yeah, and how much water have you had in the day? And
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly. And it just so happened that on one particular night out, I think it was only 2 weeks ago, I hadn't had anything to eat all day. And that was a bad sign.
That is the worst mistake.
Yeah, well, I kind of woke up
You've got
at
to line that stomach.
I woke up at 1:30 and I had to be out at 2 and I was like, oh no, this is not good. And unfortunately, I just didn't get a chance to eat anything. And yeah, I was sick all over my girlfriend's bed all through the night.
Oh no! Oh,
from what I don't remember any of this, so I had to be told.
She must have had to stay
happened.
up for you.
Yeah. I don't remember
that's
any
the
of this,
worst.
but apparently the sheets needed changing twice. I was just an absolute state. And Eve said, if it happens again, you're sleeping in the car.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, she says that, but she wouldn't be able to leave you, really.
Well, I said that. It's not like I can drive home. You're going to have to put me somewhere.
Oh God, yeah, you probably think you can.
Yeah.
Get the
I
car
probably
going.
would, yeah. If you stick me in the car with my keys, what's the first thing I'm going to do?
Oh no!
I'm not going to bed. I shouldn't say that because I wouldn't. I hope to God
No.
I should do that. But
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Because like, I think the sort of people that would do that would probably say, I would do that, but you just said you wouldn't. So
yeah, it's the other way around, isn't it?
yeah, I remember you messaged me once. I don't know if you remember.
Oh God, probably
and
not.
you're on a night out, and you just kept sending me saying Charles Lee quotes to me. You were just like, you were like, I don't even remember what quotes, but you just kept like, you would take a picture of your face holding a drink, and you just say a quote.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
they're burned into my mind. I can remember so many stupid quotes. I think there's definitely a clip from early on in the podcast, like when we just done the first couple of episodes, where I'm in a bathroom shouting, "I make my own luck."
Yeah,
I definitely remember sending that.
I remember that. Yeah, and I think we'd done like you said, like 2, 3 episodes or something. And you said, yeah, I remember that.
It's
I think
just,
that's what I remember.
Who else is going to get the joke? Like, who else am I going to send this clip of me shouting to?
That's the thing. You just got to do it. You got to do it. I'll always take a funny AC meme any day. Any Charles Lee joke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably going to come out at the weekend because everybody's going to be wanting drunk Willis to come to appear.
Oh yeah, of course,
So-
of course. Yeah. I'll be keeping an ear out on my messages to see if you.
So cursed. It's going to be. Fun.
See now, the thing is, now I've drank so much, I'm done for a while.
Oh,
now,
I
you
wish
know what
I was
mean?
done. Yeah. I feel the same.
I won't be doing that again for at least a month
Yeah.
for me. But that's usually why I only usually go out properly like once a month now.
Yeah, I'm usually the same. It's just the warm weather has increased the
It's
frequency.
not warm anymore though, is it? It was warm for like a week, and now it's gone back to cold again.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's still a little bit warm.
What's it like up north?
It's windy. It's windy, but the actual
Ooh.
weather is warm. It's just the wind is cold.
Oh right,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a little bit in between.
Well, what was it? What was the height of the warmth last week for you?
Oh God,
Like
I
in
don't know.
degrees?
I know that it was 19 degrees yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
it-
which was
see-
pretty good.
That's weird because down here, it's been last week we had like highs of like 20, which is really nice. Like really like no winds, just nice warmth. It was really nice. But now it's like it was like 10 today, which isn't bad, but it's not warm, you know.
I mean, I don't know what it is right now. Maybe if I check.
It's 12. Oh, I take it back. It's 12 degrees right now, and while it's 8:30, so maybe it was a bit warmer earlier. I don't know. But,
it's 11
and for those
here,
American
so-
viewers, figure out what that would be in Fahrenheit. I don't know.
Oh god, I was gonna say. I thought you were about to do that. I have no idea how Fahrenheit works.
I don't know. I have no idea. It would be like 100 and something, I swear. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're so much higher, aren't they? Because we've been saying like 12, 20. The Americans are probably thinking, what the fuck? It's freezing. Oh my god.
It's like
Oh
an
my
ice
god.
cube.
Yeah.
We're sitting there with our shorts on.
Oh god.
Well,
yeah.
for the UK, that probably is shorts weather.
That's the thing, though. In the UK, as soon as it gets like a slight bit of sun, everyone's out in their Hawaiian shirts and like their shorts. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's part of the culture, I think, but it's brilliant.
Yeah. See, I can't do that though. I will not wear shorts until like it's properly warm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I'll wear
yeah,
a t-shirt if I can get away with it, but I'm wearing jeans until it's like actually warm. But
Yeah, I'm just cold in general. Like, I'll be sitting in the office at work and I'm freezing, even though it's a normal temperature. So I've always got like 2 or 3 layers on.
yeah,
I've got 2 layers on now, and I'm not even that warm.
Yeah, I see. When we're recording the podcast, I get boiling. I think it's the light. Like the
Yeah,
ring
I
light or
suppose
something.
I do have a light on. But,
Yeah, but like if I was sat just back on the sofa, I'd probably be getting a bit chilly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm boiling now. I might actually even take my jumper off. I might do it. But anyway, should we get into our actual Assassin's Creed topics?
Yes. What's on the? I haven't looked at this list properly. I will be honest, but let's have a quick look. Oh, we've got the write-ins. We've got the write-ins to go through.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Well, so we got our write-ins, which are going to be AC focused.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then after that, we're just going to do a brief little talk about some AC news, so we can get a good thumbnail, a good title. So hopefully some people will watch this, and then that'll be the show. That'll be the show.
Yeah, that's today.
One brief thing I will say, just so I've said it, and then because I feel like the viewers might be interested. I know a few episodes ago, or it might have been last. It was last episode actually. You talked about your experience at the Minecraft movie.
Oh yes, of course.
And you were saying how crazy it was. Everyone was
yeah.
cheering, everyone was shouting. So I'm like, okay, I have to go. I'm going just for this. Next weekend, it's the Easter holidays. It's got to be busy. The memes being built up. It's going to be crazy. So I go. I'm in the cinema. It's not packed, but it's like busy. There's a good amount of people in there to, you'd think a few claps or cheers might come through. And I'm waiting for it. I'm watching, and just nothing. Just dead silence all the way through. No cheers. No, not even many giggles. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, nobody like genuinely laughing at the film's jokes.
There was one bit when everybody laughed when it was the woman, the principal lady's on the date with the villager, and she goes, "Are you finished?" And she goes, "No, I think he's Swedish," and everybody laughed at that. Yeah,
I think that's universally like the only joke in the film that's actually funny.
Yeah. Oh, I really thought it was funny at the end credits when the villager starts talking in English.
Oh yeah. We have
that was
transcended the communication barrier. That's something like that. To be honest, I couldn't hear any of what he said because people were clapping so much.
Oh, see, I was hoping for that, and there was even a disclaimer at the beginning of the movie, like from the cinema,
oh, really?
saying it was like the chicken jockey scene, like it was trying to warn everyone, please do not laugh at that, but, please do not go crazy.
The feared chicken jockey scene.
Yeah, and then when Jack Black goes, "I am Steve."
Oh yeah.
I thought there's got to be some sort of reaction, and it was just like they may as well have had a tumbleweed blow past the screen, like it was. Yeah.
Oh no!
I laughed. I was like, yeah, but no.
Oh
nothing,
man, you missed the theme park.
I missed it.
I saw a video from like a cinema that's really close to me, and they were like throwing fireworks at the screen.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see it?
Didn't I send you that?
Did you?
I sent you that on Instagram. I thought it was America, but I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
It was like a whole fireworks display in the cinema, and everyone was
Oh,
running in fear of their lives.
Oh, the poster's unavailable now.
Oh, really?
Oh dear. Well,
It must have got taken down by Instagram.
There was one. It was Gateshead View, I think. Viewing Gateshead had like a really
was that it?
dangerous like display. Yeah.
Oh man! And when was that? Was that the other day?
It must have been. I wonder if it was the one you sent me.
It must just be crazy.
I've been seeing loads though. I've been seeing ones where like people are flinging popcorn into the air and all that, and like throwing it at each other.
Yeah,
it's
I got none of that.
Crazy.
I wanted that so bad.
Well, now you know,
have to-
because you know they're gonna make a second one.
Yeah,
you know
I hope
what
it's
to
as
do.
crazy. Yeah. I
What
hope
did
so.
you
But
think of the actual movie?
Do you know what? It was so dumb, but I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Like I thought, you know what? Like it knows it's being dumb, but it's also like not that bad. Like it played into it in a good way, I thought.
Yeah, I think like Jason Momoa and Jack Black are heavily carrying like the tone of it. Like they know what movie they're in.
Yeah, I love the bit when they're flying on the thing and they have to like hold on to each other. That was good.
Yeah, I remember looking through some
funny.
Letterboxd reviews and they were like, Jack Black and Jason Momoa 69 in this movie. I wish I was joking.
It was good. And like as somebody who didn't know any of the references, I could still tell what the references were. I was like, that's got to be a reference, because it was so on the nose, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see like Dan TDM as well, like show up in the background.
Oh, I didn't see him.
He was at the auction when Jason Momoa was buying the lot.
Wait, just as a person?
Yeah, he's just he's just one of the crowd.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, I think there's some other people there, but he was the only one I recognised as like a YouTuber.
Yeah,
they did some little things.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I laughed, it was good. I laughed when Jason Momoa said he needs to get friends his own age. I think that was a dig at the Minecraft community. No? Dig? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a dig. Yeah. Oh, and they literally said Minecraft. That was funny.
Let's Minecraft. Yeah, let's
Minecraft.
Yeah. Oh, God. Who actually wrote this?
Yeah. It was,
that is a ChatGPT.
I
could ask ChatGPT right now, like, write me a script for the Minecraft movie, and it's going to have that exact line in it.
Yeah. But that's why I liked it, because it knew it was being done.
Oh, yeah,
it knew.
Yeah. It was.
So it's like, if you know you're being dumb, it's better than if you're being dumb by accident. Like,
and
when
it's making a lot of money as well.
Like when Ubisoft write a story about a Japanese woman warrior, it's like they don't think they're being dumb, but they are, and it's like that's when it's not good.
I mean, I think Odyssey was a farce. Like the writers were sat giggling every time they wrote a scene in Odyssey. That's the way I see half of the side quests. They're just going, hee hee, that was so funny. That's stupid. What if he sleeps with his wife? Like that's how they wrote that game.
Oh god. Yeah, that was actually crazy, wasn't it? You could just like
there's like a cook storyline. What?
Yeah.
In Assassin's Creed.
I think there was one of those in The Witcher 3 in the
that's
DLC,
probably where they got it from.
Yeah,
like,
I think
that
was,
means adult storytelling.
Yeah, I think it was. Did you play the Blood and Wine when there's that statue where you have to rub the balls? Do you remember that? It's like
I don't.
It actually had an enchantment on the statue, whereas if you like cupped its balls, you'd get like increased.
Oh my god, no! I don't remember doing that.
And like some guy who's got erectile dysfunction steals the balls off the statue, and you have to go and find who stole it, and you can either like let him keep it so he can be good in bed, or you can take it back off of him.
that is the kind of storytelling that you do in a DLC, though. That is like a Bethesda game.
That's not
DLC,
a main quest. That's like a fun little side thing.
Yeah. But it's the sort of thing where it's weird. Like I think The Witcher gets away with it, but I don't think Odyssey does.
Well, The Witcher gets away with it because it's like it is like an adult sort of themes throughout, and it's like. I don't know.
It's like
I
the
don't know how to
tone of
word
it, isn't
properly,
it? Assassin's Creed is like so deadly serious up until like Syndicate. Like
Yeah,
tonally, I
like-
mean, like, you know, like the whole game isn't a comedy. It's got light-hearted moments in it, but it's not.
It's the tone. That's right. Yeah, like The Witcher 3, its tone is serious when it comes to its story, but like its world, there's a lot to be explored there with different things. But that can be more whimsical.
Yeah.
Whereas like you imagine that quest was in Assassin's Creed 1 compared to, and it's just there with the main story. It doesn't make sense. But I feel like
now I think about it though, I could see it being in AC2. I could fully see.
To be honest,
it being there.
It could have got away with it there, but I
AC1,
don't know. I just honestly, I
absolutely
think it comes down to Unity just not being good. I think.
To Unity. You mean like?
sorry.
Oh, right. Do you mean like the tournament?
I meant Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Yeah, I fucked
Odyssey
up there. I
wasn't
said
good either.
Unity. Wait, what are we talking about?
The writing. Are we talking about the writing?
We're talking about the Odyssey Cuck quest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think I just said Unity by accident, but I was thinking Odyssey.
Right.
Anyway, should we get into our writings?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do it. Okay, so
You said
we're
this
gonna
was
do
a
is-
long one, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we're gonna read first the one from before, from a couple of weeks ago, because obviously I think that's only fair. Theirs was meant to be last episode, but we didn't have time, so we'll read theirs out first. And after that, we've got one more email write-in, and we'll cover that, but it's not as long. And then we'll go on to our wheel spinner, and then yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Right, I'm gonna think of a way. I need to zoom in. Oh, that's much better.
Oh.
I can read it better now. Excuse me. Okay. Are you ready for the write-in? Are your ears ready?
My ears are oiled and prepared.
Oiled? What the hell?
Just to help hear better.
Do you oil your ears?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Who's to say? You can't see because I've got headphones on. They might be.
Fair enough. Okay. So this email apparently comes from 3 people.
Oh.
It comes. Oh no! It says from Blade of the Three Fates / Mythweaver / Michael Learns Art.
It's Mythweaver.
So
7.
I don't know if that, but I don't know if that's all 3 of their names that they use. or it's
that is
3
one
people.
person. That is one person. I know who that is.
That's all one person.
That is
I knew
a regular.
Mythweaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Mythweaver, but I didn't know about the other names. But okay.
Yeah, I
so
think
this
one
is
of them's
from
like
them.
his YouTube name and one of them is his Discord name.
Fair enough. Okay, so this is a game about Odysseus. This is basically this is their idea for a cool AC game.
Oh right, okay, so it's like a pitch for it.
Pretty much.
Oh,
pretty
right,
much.
okay, cool.
So it starts off in the ending of the Trojan War, and Odysseus has to drop a baby from a wall because he gets a vision from an Isu named Zeus. Then he leaves for his journey home, where he finds the Lotus Island with a bunch of high people, basically taking some happy chemicals. Then with the Lotus Eaters, brackets the high people, we're going to have to break this down.
Yes.
Point Odysseus
This
to a
went
cave.
in such a direction
Yeah.
more than I was expecting.
I haven't read this yet, so I'm just
you
reading it
haven't
as I
read
go.
Okay.
No, I haven't read this, so maybe I should have.
This is fascinating. This sounds like a good DLC.
Yeah. So the high people from the Lotus Islands point Odysseus to a cave with some sheeps to steal. Okay, but when Odysseus kills one of the sheep, a Cyclops arrives and gets angry at killing him for killing his sheep. Then Odysseus tricks the Cyclops by saying he's nobody, quote unquote, and gives the Cyclops some drugged wine. But before the Cyclops can pass out, he kills some of Odysseus's men, including his best friend, Polites, is that his name? Who is the upbeat character. Brackets, don't worry, we'll see more of him to make Odysseus get character development. End brackets. Okay, before we carry on, I need to unpack that. So
yeah.
this is funny because I read this, I saw the my AC game pitch for Ubisoft employees, a better AC Odyssey. And I was like, okay, this is just gonna be an actual serious one. And then I started reading it to you.
Yeah. That still could be serious.
No, it's
But
not.
It
Is
sounds it sounds like
It's a-
they've done their homework. This sounds like some sort of retelling of a myth. that may have
Well,
been
this is
weaved.
This is Mythweaver. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, Mythweaver. I'm assuming
This must be
this
based
is
on
a
some like Greek myth. or something.
comedic, some sort of comedic legend.
Yeah.
But we'll keep
When
going.
does
So
this become
far,
an Assassin's Creed game?
well, we'll find out. We'll keep
I'm
reading.
excited.
But
yeah.
so far, Odysseus he's finished the Trojan War.
Yep.
And he's had to drop a baby off a wall.
Yeah.
Because the Isu Zeus gave him a vision. Then he leaves, and then he goes to this Lotus Island, which I've never heard of, and there's a bunch of people that are high as fuck, and they're taking what he calls happy chemicals.
Yes.
And these people are called the
makes
Lotus
sense so far.
Eaters. They're called the Lotus Eaters.
Yeah.
And at that
sheep?
point,
They're sheep?
Then Odysseus goes to a cave, which the high people direct him to. He meets a Cyclops.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, no,
I
he
forgot about
meets.
the Cyclops.
Wait. He meets a sheep. He slaughters said sheep, which then pisses off a Cyclops because the Cyclops owns that sheep. And that's where we are at the moment.
Is it a sheep of Eden? How?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably got the wool
the
of
fleece.
Eden
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, this has to
The
be a golden
fleece.
fleece thing, surely.
Jason's fleece or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
this
called.
has to be that.
Yeah.
Does the Cyclops have an apple of Eden in his eye?
Well, I guess let's keep reading to find out.
It has to fit with the law.
Yeah,
The
law.
law.
Yeah. Right, where are we now? So, he's got a best friend called Pilates.
Pilates or something.
Pilates, Zumba,
Pilates.
something like that. And he's an upbeat character. He's like the, what are we going to do next?
This
That
sounds a
type of
lot
guy.
like who's the guy from The Witcher? Yaski something.
Did you say Yasuke?
No, Yaski. It's like no. Oh God, I'm saying it like Yasuke. No.
Oh, you mean
The bard guy.
Yaskia.
The bard guy. Yeah.
Yeah. In the game he's called Dandelion.
Oh, I'm thinking of the show. The show. He's
In the books and the show, his original name was Yaskia.
Yaskia. That's what I'm thinking of. That's close
Yeah.
to Yasuke.
Yeah, I was thinking.
He sounds
wait,
like
what?
this sort of character.
Yeah, he does, to be fair. Maybe that's the type of guy he is. He's just like absolutely useless all the time, and he's just there for comic relief. Like he is the embodiment of a fart joke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's anyway. Where are we? So he's got a best friend, and then he kills a sheep, and then the Cyclops after him. Right, okay. So then, the Cyclops passes out on the cave entrance by blocking the way out, so Odysseus has to tell the rest of his men to take the Cyclops club and sharpen it to take out his eye, brackets, apple of Eden.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
When he does that, the brackets blind Cyclops wakes up sad. Oh, just sad. Then Odysseus and his men escape. But Odysseus feels bad for the Cyclops and does something to trigger his hubris, brackets pride, and tell the Cyclops that he is Odysseus, king of Ithaca, then leaves. So he feels bad that he stole the eye from the Cyclops, so he wakes him up and says, listen, I'm Odysseus, alright? And then he goes, okay. But then they encounter a storm, which is very strong. But then they see a floating island in the sky and shoot harpoons to climb up the island. Then Odysseus meets an Isu prince named, Garlic Aioli, and asks for his help. So the prince gives Odysseus a Isu bag that can trap storms. Brackets, don't question it. So Odysseus goes back on his journey. Then he falls asleep after staying awake for 9 days. Okay.
This definitely sounds like a historical myth.
Oh yeah.
Like just straight up.
Then the crew members steal the bag and open it, releasing the storm and going further away from home, and the storm goes straight into Poseidon's house. Brackets Isu god.
He's got a house. He's got like a little hut.
And Poseidon says he created the storm. Oh, so he created the storm? What? Because Odysseus blinded his son, brackets the Cyclops, and Poseidon kills 500. Poseidon then kills 558 of Odysseus's men. Brackets, there were 600 men, but they left Troy. Okay. But before Poseidon can kill him and the rest of his crew, he opens the bag fully to get away from Poseidon's home. Then they wash up on an island and make camp. Then Odysseus sends his other friend, let's just say Ewan.
All right.
I can't read that. It's like Eurycoleus or something. To scout ahead with some people. Then after a few hours, Ewan returns home alone. I read that completely wrong. He returns alone, saying that a witch turns the men into pigs. So Odysseus leaves to try and fight her, but on the way home, Hermes comes and helps Odysseus for fun. It's Isu shenanigans, he says. And he powers up his Apple of Eden so that they can stand a chance. I'm so lost. I don't know what is going on here. I do not know what, but that's why it's so good.
How far through are we?
We're near the end now.
Oh,
we're near the end.
Okay, so this is like sequence 9 at this point.
Yeah, okay. We'll sum it up at the end. We'll sum it up.
Yeah.
You know, we'll reflect on what we've read. Oh god, where are we now? Then Odysseus meets with a witch and tries to negotiate, but fails and has to fight her. She summons a chimera to fight him.
I know what that is.
But Odysseus summons an illusion of a cyclops to fight the chimera and wins. But Circe, must be the name of the witch, starts to seduce Odysseus. But as he starts to fall for her, he remembers his wife, Penelope, and starts telling Circe about his journey and how he wants to get home to his wife. Then Circe sees that he is truthful. She lets him and his men go, and tells him to go to the underworld to see a prophet to find the way home. All right, we're at the last bit now. Odysseus finds his way to the underworld, and he sees illusions of his dead crew members, his best friend Polites telling him to be kind, and his mum who reminds him.
Were you going to say politics?
Yeah.
Oh.
And his mum that reminds him to come home, and she died waiting for him, so he gets sad. There, brackets, that's understandable. That's what he says. Then Odysseus meets the prophet to tell him that he's got to go home alive and as a different person. He has an Isu artifact to see through time. Then Odysseus starts to remember all the monsters he faced before the Cyclops and decides that to make it home alive, he must become them and be a monster.
Oh.
And that's Act 1. I will continue this on the next episode. This also acts as a better AC Odyssey from Mythweaver. What have you got to say about that? That was insane.
That was an odyssey. That was definitely an odyssey.
That was an odyssey of sorts, yeah. So what happened?
I think that is like, you know Christopher Nolan's next film is The Odyssey. Something tells me because Odysseus is Matt Damon's character in that. So I reckon.
So this is the leaked script.
I think that is beat for beat. I didn't realise Christopher Nolan was making an Assassin's Creed prequel, but I think that's what we've got here. I think that what has happened there is the events of the myth have been worked into. Yeah, they've been weaved into the Assassin's Creed mythos to make it make sense.
You know what? That story had me lost a lot of the way through, but I see the vision.
I think that's the vision there. I would have liked a bit more Cassandra. My only criticism.
That's the thing. If Mythweaver, if you could bring in Cassandra in Act 2, that would make this the best story of all time.
Yeah, and especially Alexios, because there's one person who would like that.
Yeah, there is one person. Only one, though.
Only one. Maybe just a cameo where they'd say, I am the main character, and then just go away.
Cassandra will say, like, I had a dream I was a man named Alexios, but that wasn't true.
Yeah, does Alexios or Cassandra ever... No, well, they can't, can they? Because they're like swapping places. Then...
Yeah, he's not...
That could have been quite a good story. If they, like, are actually both living both lives.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
do you
don't
mean?
know. Like if Cassandra one day is Deimos and then wakes up as Cassandra and then wakes up the next day as Deimos, and they're like, whoa, what's going on here? And it's Isu, I don't know, just manipulating events.
Could be something.
I don't know. It'd be better than what?
Let me say thank you to Mythweaver for
of
writing
course.
in. That wasn't where I expected it to go. I'll tell you that, but it was something.
Better than what
next
Odyssey
writing-
actually was. To be fair, we're definitely going to get an Act 2. I hope.
Yeah, next episode,
Absolutely.
Mythweaver says. Well, the next time we've read, I suppose they waited until we read this out. So maybe
of
they will
course.
write the next one. The next write-in is from a long-time fan of mine, and I think he's probably a fan of yours. I think I've seen him in your chat when
really?
you've gone live. Yeah, and that is Ghost Warrior 38.
Ooh, do I?
He
That
might not be a
doesn't
fan of
ring
yours.
Well, maybe. I'm not 100%. I think it may be one of the
Yeah,
more
fair
recent.
Maybe he's just a Podyssey viewer and then a review of mine as well.
maybe.
But
It's not
this is a long-time viewer. Ghost Warrior 38, aka Scott, has been watching me for a long time. So I appreciate his support. I appreciate all you guys' support. But he writes in and he said these are actually just two questions for me. So I will just answer these. And this is now switching on to a completely serious topic from the whimsical to the serious.
Yes. Well, I'll let you take the lead, and if you want me to chip in, just let me know.
Yeah, we'll do. If you've got any thoughts about what it is, just jump in. But
I'll just do a little side quest while you're going through that.
Yeah. So he says, "Hi Exile, this is Scott Garrison. I've said your second name. I hope you don't mind." It's in the email. I mean, it's in the email. Or Ghost Warrior 38, and I've been enjoying your guys' show so far. Right, I've had two questions for you about your AC content. If you want to talk about it. Question number one. Question number one. In the previous episode, you expressed your disappointment in Shadows and how it's quote unquote broke you.
Oh yeah.
And that you would consider using that title in your Shadows critique video down the line. Obviously being a reference to the classic Lasers AC Odyssey broke me.
Of course.
My question is, as of right now, do you still feel that way about AC moving forward? Like, is it set in stone for you about not playing Black Flag Remake, Hexate, etc.? So he's basically just saying, like, are you done? Are you done going ahead? I'll answer that one first, then we'll get to his second question. So, yes, I think so. I've had a few weeks now to mull it over, and I know for a fact, with what I like in Assassin's Creed and what I'm looking for in an Assassin's Creed game, I know that's not where the series is at now, and I know that's not where the series is ever going to go anymore, because I think what a lot of people don't understand when I say these things is like, they'll say like, yeah, but that, Mirage, for example, had a lot of OGAC things, and Shadows has got some of that stuff as well, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. These games do have some semblance of those older games, which I can see why that would appeal to a lot of OGAC fans. But I just think very specifically for me, I've got to look at, okay, what did I like about those older AC games? It was, it was not just the characters, not just the way the open world is and how it's more focused. It was what happened within that focused, tight-knit sort of experience. And that was always like a genuine reason to have modern day, where it paralleled the two modern day and the historical protagonists nicely, and actually made sense to have this two, sorry, I'm wording it really badly, this balance between these two characters, and it all weaved in together. It was that. It was, and it is what this, obviously AC2 didn't really do this, so not every game has had this, but I would also say an understanding of the philosophy of the Creed, and in good writing, because I think you can say, well, Mirage covered the philosophy of the Creed and the Templars and what it means to be good, what it means to be bad, and to question all of that, and that's kind of what the Assassin's Creed themes are revolved around. What does it mean to be free, to have free will, or to not have it? who's in the right, who's in the wrong. That whole conversation, that's the themes of Assassin's Creed. Mirage does that, people say. Valhalla does that, people say. Shadows does that, a lot of people are saying. I saw a podcast where they said that the other day, and I was like, no. So yes, there are aspects of these Assassin's Creed games that try to cover this, but I don't. It doesn't accurately do it for me like it used to. You know, look at Revelations. Look at when at the end of the game, spoilers, where Ezio and Sophia, they're walking up to Masyaf at the end of the game, and he's trying to explain, the doctrine of the Creed to her, explaining what nothing is true and everything is permitted means, or at least what it means to him. There's things like that. That's the type of philosophy of the Creed that I like. And also look at AC1, where Altair, and it was never done as well since AC1, I will say, to be honest. But look at, where Altair assassinates a character and they have this back and forth. You can even look at AC3. It does it differently in AC3, but it also does it. They have these back and forths between, let's just say, just to keep it simple, what is right and what is wrong. But obviously that is a grey, blurred lines between the two. And that's why there's such a debate. Black Flag does it. I'm not going to go on and on about who does it well and who doesn't. But if you want to really get into the psyche of what I like about Assassin's Creed, look at the stories of AC1, AC Revelations, and AC Black Flag, I'd say. Look at the writing. Look at the message it's trying to say, the dialogues these characters have. And then, compare that to how they do it in Mirage, how they do it in Shadows. To me, it's, yes, they're touching on similar topics, but they're just not doing it. They're not weaving it into the story. They're just touching on it here and there. I like it when it's absolutely interwoven. So, you might just say, oh, that's really high standards and that's really niche. And yeah, I guess it is. But that's what I like about Assassin's Creed. And I know that stuff's never coming back. One thing I will say, though, just to add on to that, let's look at Assassin's Creed 2, for example, that doesn't really touch upon the Assassin's Creed themes, really. You play as an assassin, it's themed around Assassin's Creed, but there's no real exploration of the war between Templars and Assassins. It's a lot more cookie cutter villains and good guys, right? And yeah, I think that was to the game's detriment. I still love Assassin's Creed 2 though, because of how the game makes me feel. It has got a well-written character that evolves over time, that's likable, relatable, has his flaws, but also has his strengths. And overall, that game, you are an assassin. Whether Ezio is technically an assassin or not, you're playing as an assassin, doing Assassin's Creed stuff all the way through. It all leads in to becoming an assassin, and it's an Assassin's Creed game. I just don't feel like it can do one or two of those things anymore. I think if Mirage had better writing, it would have been a good game, but it wasn't, in my opinion. And I think Shadows had terrible writing. Even if I think Darby comes in to write the next AC game, the Hexe one, yes, Darby's a great AC writer, he gets it. But the format of gameplay, the gameplay formula of the RPG system, I don't like that. I like RPGs, I don't like the RPG formula of Assassin's Creed. And yeah, so I think going ahead, just to wrap up my thoughts, by the way, obviously this is off the top of my head, if I was to make a video on why, I'd be able to concisely put this all together in words and explain it better. But again, just off the top of my head, this is kind of how I'd explain it, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Was I saying something then and then I kind of moved away and now I forgot? I don't know. I was like to wrap up and then I didn't.
Yeah. Well, you were. I think you were going to wrap up, but then you said you would probably be able to word it better in a video.
Yeah, I will wrap up with some new thoughts saying, because I don't know what those thoughts were. To wrap up, maybe they're the same. To wrap up, I just don't see Ubisoft wanting to do what I love in Assassin's Creed again. I don't see them ever wanting to do that. They don't seem to ever want to do that, even when they make it out that they are with Mirage. They still don't do it. So I just think, look, it's not for me anymore. I'll still make videos and talk about the Assassin's Creed games that I love. If I want to talk about a new Assassin's Creed game because I have some thoughts, then I'll do it. But does that mean I will play it? No, I don't want to play them because again, I'm sick of getting a new Assassin's Creed game, hoping it's good, wasting 30 hours, 40 hours, or give or take more or less, I don't want to have to keep going through this anymore. It's funny. I know it sounds silly, but it kind of is like like a toxic relationship. You know what I mean? Where like you're just there for the sake of it, and you're hoping it'll get better, but it never really does, and you kind of know that. That's kind of how it feels. So you just end it there. I'll play the AC games I like. If you or everyone watching comes to me one day and says, "Oh my god, bro, Hexate is the one. It's the one you've been looking for," then look, I'll take a look into it online, and if it is if I see things that I think that makes it correct, then maybe I'll play it. But I'm not too bothered anymore. Really, that's my thoughts on that. Sorry I took ages to explain it, but
no, that's a good answer. Good answer, yes. Did that answer the question? What was the question again? Did you cover everything? Yeah, Ghost Warrior we do have another question from him, question 1, question 2. That was question 1. But yeah, that answered his question. He just said, is that set in stone? Like, he basically said, yeah, I saw you felt that way. Are you going to keep feeling that way, or do you think things will change? Yeah, that was my answer. Yeah, good answer, I think.
Thank you. Question number 2. You mentioned something about AC3 as well, back in episode 18. Unless I'm mistaken in knowing that it's that episode, but feel free to let me know.
Doing the homework.
But my question is, when or if you decide to revisit AC3, do you think you will also talk about Liberation with Avalyn?
Oh, that's a good question.
And funny enough, I think Scott/Ghost Warrior did ask this in a comment on the episode, and I did reply, but I'll give a better answer here, more detailed. I don't know, because I'd love to do that. I think I will talk about Liberation at some point. I don't really want to do it in an AC3 video because I don't know. That's basically, it's not the focus of AC3, is it? It's just, do you know what I mean?
I think it's its own beast entirely. Liberation, really. You've got the context of the Vita and stuff behind it. I feel like you need like a good 10 minutes of context just to get to it. And by that point, you've just steered so far away from AC3. Like, I think you could do a separate, because there's the whole like HD remaster, and there's a lot of like history, I think, with Liberation specifically. And again, aside from like one mission, it's not really tied into AC3 too much.
Yeah, I agree. I'll talk. It's been something I thought about talking about for a while. I'd have to replay it because I only played it on the Vita when it came out. That was years ago.
I played the HD remaster with AC3 remastered, and I cannot tell you like anything that happens in it aside from the ending.
Yeah. I remember certain parts. Like, I remember I just rinsed that game and I finished it in a day.
Yeah. I remember it being shorter than I was expecting. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really remember. I remember there's a lot of sailing on your little canoe through the bayou.
Yes.
I remember
that was a cool location.
I remember there was a cool moment with a guy in a treehouse and you had to get up to the top to assassinate him.
Yeah, that's Batiste. The guy with one arm who appears in the movie deleted scenes.
Is he in the movie?
He's in the deleted scenes of the movie. But
in them. Yeah, right. So there's that. Yeah, to answer the question, I will probably do a video about it similarly to how I did the Bloodlines video and the Discovery video for the Assassin's Creed. Where it's like I'll talk about the history of the game. Like why was it? How was it conceptualized? What console was it for? What happened with the console in that year? Sort of talk, because I want to talk about like how you would use the touchpad and stuff like on the back of the PS Vita and how it was then changed for the HD remaster. I'll do all that, but it's going to be a separate video.
That's going to take away from AC3 just too much, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, and also it's a different vibe type of video because that's going to be more of the like chill, funny, relaxed videos, whereas my AC3 video is going to be very much like my Starfield video. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I will talk about both of those at some point. But who knows if they're going to be near around the same time as each other? They might be, because I might finish the AC3 video and then think, well, now I'm in the sort of mindset to want to talk about Liberation. But I could just as easily be like, you know what? I'm sick of it now. I want to talk about something else. So we'll see. I will at some point make that video for sure. But the thing is, once I've done my I'm working on this sort of. It's not really. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to copy me, but I am working on this big video at the moment, which is gonna be like quite long, and it's on Unity.
Okay.
It's more relaxed, but it's long. I don't know. That's all I can say without spoiling. But once I've done that, then I've got to carry on working on the script for my Shadows Broke Me video.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got. But then in between that, I also want to do a player's pad thing. So I've got lots of ideas before I even get to the AC3 video. I've got to do a Baldur's Gate 3 video before I get to the AC3 video.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, that's going to be like 5 hours long. So
honestly, I think it could be like 2 or 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well, yeah, you should take the time, I think, to properly, make it a long one.
That's gonna take months though, so I will do it. But I'm just saying it's gonna take quite a few months, which means the AC3 video. I'm gonna be conservative here in my timelines, right? I'm gonna say the AC3 video might be like Christmas time.
All right. Yeah.
Just
That
because
sounds
obviously,
feasible.
I mean, I've already scripted parts of it, but it's like I will need to replay it again for a refresh. I'll also need to get all these other videos out the way, and I don't want to rush any of them. So realistically, it has been pushed back. But yeah.
I feel like that's what happens though. I mean, I've got scripts that are like half done that I'm like, but I've got stuff I want to do first. Like I don't want to spend too long on that video when there's something I want to do now.
Well, that's the thing, and I've got like to go on that point. I have a finished script for this AC ranking video that I just never made. And I did it months ago. Yeah, I'll see if I've still got it. I don't even remember what it was about now. I'll type in ranking. Yeah, I've scripted it out and I thought, you know what? I don't even want to do this video, so I just didn't do it. But
what, like a full video, not a short, like a full.
It was like a full 15-minute, 20-minute video. It was ranking like I think it was the worst mission in every Assassin's Creed.
Damn.
Oh yeah, the worst mission from every Assassin's Creed. Intro, AC1, AC2. Yeah, I did every single one.
You did
I guess like. Oh wait, no, I didn't finish it. I got to Odyssey and then I stopped. That sounds about right.
I see why. Yeah. Well, you just make the joke that it's everything and then carry on.
Yeah, maybe I should do this though. Like, I should just finish the script off, and then I could do it for Shadows as well.
Yeah. I mean, what is the worst mission in Odyssey? For me, there's that mission where it says kill the assassins, and that just pissed me off so much to read that. I
remember that. Yeah. Kill the assassins.
That's the worst one. I was like, how dare you?
They knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, totally. That is on purpose. I remember I put it on my Snapchat story when I first got to there, so I probably have it in my memory somewhere. But it's like, I'm 35 hours in and they've just said the word assassin, and I'm the one killing them.
Yeah. Oh my god. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know what I'd say about Odyssey. I'd have to have a real good think about it.
It's not like there's much variety in the mission structure.
Not really.
It's very samey once you get past Origins.
I remember there was this quest where this old dude had a mask, and then he was like, you had to protect him, and he had to go out trying to scare all the soldiers away, and he'd be like, I'm a demon. Yeah, and you had to like hide and keep him safe, and then you'd have to then kill people around him to make it look like he did it or something like that.
Oh yeah,
sounds like
that
a
sounds
copy
similar
of
to the Minotaur
AC2
storyline, where it's like a guy pretending to be the Minotaur, but then I think it is a separate story from that. But
they've done that in Assassin's Creed before. They think of Revelations with the Romani treasure chest. Do you remember that? You'd have to poison Hidden Blade the guards to make it look like it was cursed treasure.
Oh yeah.
So they would leave the Romanis alone.
God. Yeah. It's a bit of fun, I guess, but that seems odd for Revelations tonally.
I have a much better idea. This is easy. Assassin's Creed Odyssey worst mission, where you cuck out the old man.
Oh yeah.
Of course, so I'll talk about that. Yeah. I actually kind of feel like finishing this now. Well,
you've only got like
about it.
4 entries to do, so it's not too much.
Well, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, and Shadows. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Manageable. You don't have to replay the games, hopefully.
How many words? It's 1,600 words. 1,600.
That's not bad. That usually equates to about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Is it long enough? Because I think I stopped because I thought it wasn't going to get any views.
Oh. Well, it
Well,
probably
'cause
will.
I don't know
Rankings
though,
always
because
do, don't they? People love rankings.
yeah, I don't know. I've done rankings before and they flopped, and it just put me off. I was like, oh well, I won't do them.
Yeah, I must admit, I've done a couple of rankings where I'm like, this is a surefire hit. And then it gets like 1,000 views, and I'm like, that's surprising. I thought I would have done a little bit better.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at my rankings playlist. I've got a few. Yeah, I did ranking every character in Assassin's Creed Female Edition, and it got 2,600 views. The hidden one's in that as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he collabed with me, but it did really bad.
We should probably mention. Did you see his most recent video about his
I did watch that.
Yeah,
I watched that today. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. It was well made, to be fair. Like he showed a very good amount of evidence that they very clearly copied him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fact they even apologized and offered to pay him. I mean, that's just. Yeah,
that's it, isn't it? That's an admission of guilt, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember, and it does happen to everybody. You know, he was saying that. He said, you know, there's probably been countless times this has been done, and he's only just picked up on it now. It happened to me. There was this Spanish YouTube channel that was copying all of my character studies.
Really?
But obviously, they were translating it into Spanish, and I looked.
Oh, that sucks.
Somebody sent me the scripts. Well, I watched the video and someone was like, look, this is the script. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's like straight up exactly the same way I said it. But it's been translated into Spanish, so it's a little bit broken. Like, it doesn't translate perfectly across. That's how I could tell it was mine. But yeah, it was specifically my Ezio one.
So did you do anything about it?
No.
It's still there.
It's probably still there. I just can't remember what the guy was called. If you look through,
did he get any views?
Oh yeah, it's like a 30,000 sub channel.
Oh, I would have tried to contact him and be like, look, I know you.
I remember at the time thinking, I'm just too small. Like, there's no way this is gonna work.
Yeah, but
it's gonna look like it's the other way around.
Yeah, but if they steal your shit, you gotta call them out.
I think it's in the comments of that video. I might have another look through. In the comments of my Ezio video, somebody had DM'd me the link to it, being like, hey, by the way, this guy's copying.
Yeah.
And I looked on his channel. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, just to give context to the viewers that don't know, what we're talking about in this topic is that the hidden one made a video talking about how this big channel, I'll say the name, and I'll go to his video so I can
it was the leaderboard.
The leaderboard, that's it.
Yeah.
They ripped him off. They basically took his entire Assassin's Creed timeline video, which is like an hour something long. There's also an hour something long, and to my knowledge, and they basically what he believes is they ran it through ChatGPT to get a variation of that script that was just different enough so it wasn't a carbon copy, and then they just made the video. And he said very specific things that was very specific to how he would say it that they also said, and he showed lots of examples. And in my opinion, at least, based off the evidence he showed, and also the fact that they said they would compensate him, give him the ad revenue for the video, in my opinion, that looks like an admission of guilt, and it looks to me like they definitely did. Well, I won't say definitely, but again, in my opinion, I think they did do that. I think they did copy him based off of the evidence at hand, at least. And it sucks because it's just a shame, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, shows you're doing something right when you get copied. On the other hand, it sucks because, you do put all that time into making something creative that you're proud of. And also it's your business. And if people copy that stuff, then they're profiting off of your work. It's like, how can you copyright a video script? I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's very easy to do, isn't it? Now you can just get a transcript of an entire video, just download it, run it through an AI voice or something, and you've done it.
Yeah. Could he? I don't know this, and I don't know if you know, but do you think he would have grounds to sue them if he wanted to?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he would have. Yeah.
What would it be under though?
Well, it's like
copyright infringement.
Yeah, it's plagiarism, isn't it? They've took his work. I mean, you would probably have to. Well, he did have a lot of evidence, and they even admit.
That's probably. Do you think that's why they offered to give him the ad revenue? Because it's like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're scared that he would take it further.
I think they knew he could have, because he's such a big channel as well. It's not like they stole it off a small channel.
Yeah, it makes you wonder though, like, what else have they stolen? And obviously a lot of people, he showed that a lot of people came to his support saying, look, they've stolen from me as well, this and that.
Yeah, have a scroll through. Your timeline might be there.
God, yeah, my timeline. It's funny because, like, I mean, he might have had the idea to do it anyway, but when I made my timeline video, I think they hit him on, I don't know this, but I think he saw that my timeline video did well in views, and he thought, well, that would be a good idea as well. And then he made it, like, because he messaged me saying, like, and again, there's nothing wrong with this, but he messaged me saying, like, oh, how did you do this specific part of the video? I'm just curious for my own stuff, And I was like, yeah, told him about it. And then he obviously ended up making his own timeline video, which is, that's not copying, because mine was 16 minutes, his was an hour, which is completely fine. That's the difference. You can do the same topic, you can make the same video, but you can't he didn't run my script through ChatGPT and asked to make it longer.
Well, exactly,
he actually sat down, played some of the games to refresh, probably, and wrote it all out himself, not basing it off anything he's seen. So you can do the same video, but you can't. That's different. That's different to what the leaderboard did to him.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure there'll be videos that we've both done, like even as simple as covering those articles. Like, you can't say we copied off each other just because we did a video on the same thing.
Well, exactly. Unless I watched Willis Makes Movies video and he's like, hey guys, it's the, Willis Makes Movies here.
Whoops. No, like there's an abrupt cut where I've chopped
reading
out
off
that.
It's the, Willis Makes Movies is here today.
Willis Makes Movies.
It sucks because, well, it seems like you've had some of your stuff stolen before as well, and
it was a while ago. It was only when I saw that video that it reminded me, like, oh yeah, that happened to me, and I just totally didn't do anything about it. It was like 3 years ago now.
Damn. I think you should say something. It's like the video's still up.
Yeah, so maybe I should try and find it.
Yeah, I reckon.
It was definitely a Spanish-speaking, and I remember the thumbnails and everything looked similar as well.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going into my lawyer arc. Hunt them down.
I mean, I get my shorts copied all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
off.
surely that happens. Yeah.
But I'm saying they download my video and they repost it. I get that happen all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I bet if I look in my studio now, it might have flagged up some new ones. It always flags up in my YouTube studio, like copies of my video, and it's really good though. There's like a system where
I've seen that
basically
before.
get it taken down. And
Where
like
is that?
what I'll always do, if it's an account that hasn't copied my videos before, I won't give them a straight up copyright strike. Like I don't want to like fuck their channel up, even though they're stealing from me. Because I'm thinking, what if it's just a little kid and they don't quite understand that you can't do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, what I'll do is I'll fill out this form with YouTube. Then it will basically give them 3 days, or I think it's 3 days, might be a little bit longer, to take the video down. If they don't take the video down, they then get a strike.
Yes.
So it's like it's gonna go either way if I do that, and sometimes nothing happens and they get a strike and it goes down anyway. Then, I'm trying to remember where to find that in my studio.
I've just gone on studio and copyright. It's just a big tab on the side. I've just gone on there. I don't have any matches, so I don't think anybody's copying me at the minute. So that's nice.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't have any new copies, which is good.
Yes,
I don't get them all the time. It's just every now and then. But I mean, yeah, I've got a whole list of resolved things. It gives you a list of all the things you've asked to be taken down, and they all get taken down one way or another. But that's because there's nothing they can do, is it? It's like, well, it is their content, so I guess I'm going to have to take it down, or YouTube's going to take it down and give me a strike.
Yeah.
It's a good system when you don't abuse it. Obviously, it can be abused by some people. But luckily... Pardon?
Whenever music gets copyrighted, it's always just very aggressive.
Yeah, and but yeah, so like I do feel the pain of getting your content stolen. You know, there's this guy on Facebook that just posts all my shorts all the time, and I've tried to get it taken down, but Facebook does nothing.
Oh man.
There's like no way to report people on Facebook for like reels. It's really weird. I've tried. I've messaged him saying I'll take action, and he just doesn't fall for it. But maybe I should actually take action. But I can't afford to take action. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a bit. Of,
So it's
sucks, doesn't it?
I think
The
he's
internet.
making money off of my content, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you should
It's like-
have a right to. It's just that's such a long process to get into.
I think it's not just me he steals content from, and this is a while back that I saw this. Somebody messaged me show it with the link. But he steals all different Assassin's Creed content and he'll just post it.
Oh.
And he's got quite a lot of Facebook followers. So then I started posting all my shots on Facebook first to get ahead of it, and then they all got no views.
Oh.
But I fucked up because I posted them all in one go, like tons of them. And I think
just
it
to
flagged
dump
up as
them.
spam.
God, I'm thinking I need to check now because I've never searched like my name on Facebook or anything just to see if any.
Well, my name wasn't there. That's the thing, because
they
obviously,
just get rid of. But it's your voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still your voice.
yeah, it's my voice,
that's
but
weird.
it's
That's
not.
weird.
It's just like some random YouTube account. Facebook Assassin's Creed account.
How
and then
did you
it's just
find
my
it though? Like,
content.
how would you know if it's happened?
Well, I didn't, and then somebody on TikTok of all places. It was actually another creator on TikTok that does AC content. Obviously, follows me for my shorts that I post to TikTok, and he was like, "Oh, this guy's copying your content. You should have a look into it." So I had a look at the link, and sure enough, I was being stolen from.
Oh man. I'm gonna be paranoid now. I'm gonna be searching everything. I made a Twitter account yesterday just to search my name because I was like, I've never been on Twitter, so I'm just gonna I made an account. I just searched Willis Makes Movies, and I was like, oh crikey, I've been mentioned, a couple of times, and like I've just been totally unaware of this.
What were you mentioned about?
I think it was just the hidden one, just listing underrated channels and stuff.
It wasn't like somebody going, "That bloody Willis Makes
Oh
Movies.
no. I think it was all positive.
That bloody Podyssey, Podyssey, whatever it's called."
Yeah, I'm just having a look now. I don't think there was anything serious.
Yeah, fair enough.
Except
I was so sad that lady never called me back out on TikTok.
maybe we just need to keep prodding.
Yeah, lady, come on.
Come on, lady.
Yeah. That video ended up doing quite well in views, though. That one I made specifically for her,
Yeah.
and she didn't even react to it. I was like, "What?"
She's not here for the clout. She's literally just here for preaching a message.
She's just there to tell her truth.
Yeah.
That Cassandra is
Speaking my
fake and
truth.
Alexios is the real protagonist, which is obviously not true, but she says it is.
Yeah.
We should definitely get her on for a debate.
Can you imagine? No, but it
Well,
wouldn't
just
be
go in
her.
circles.
It wouldn't be her. It would just be the AI Alexios voice. So
Oh god.
we'd have to wait
It
for
would
her to
go,
like type the prompts in and then get her to say it.
It would go, "Ha ha ha, you are clearly wrong."
The music would start playing in the background, like blasting every time he speaks. I miss her. Lady, come on.
So guys, you saw a little cut in the podcast there. If you're listening, you probably didn't even know, but now I've called it out and now you know. We now are going to be talking about our final topic of today, and that's going to be AC news you may not know, you may not have heard about. Very low-key AC news. Some are leaks, some are rumours, and we're going to get into that. Now, I think this could be an interesting topic because I found this AC news that we've sourced today is stuff that not many people, like creators, have talked about. Obviously, it's rumours and leaks, so Ubisoft haven't talked about it. I personally have talked about these things, but on my main channel, but I'm the only one who's done it for some reason. Don't know why. Or at least the only one who's done it that isn't like so small of a channel that we didn't know about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Why don't we talk about this stuff briefly today? I want to hear your thoughts on it, Lewis. Maybe we can expand my thoughts from what I just said in the video, and we'll see. So first off, again, if this is old news to some people, sorry about that, but it's still a fun conversation, isn't it?
Yeah.
First off, let's talk a brand new AC movie. Now, did you hear anything about this?
No, this is totally new to me. What is this?
So, well, as we know, there was an original Assassin's Creed movie in 2017. I'm just speaking about that because what I'm doing right now is I'm getting up the information about it, so I have to fill in the gaps so there's no dead air. And here we are. So,
sorry, I needed a second there anyway. Just a mention of the movie.
So obviously, back in February of 2025, we got some information. Now, this was from a supposedly credible leaker over on Patreon of all places. Oh. Now, this person is like deep in with movies. This person has successfully leaked other movies in the past. And it honestly, like thinking off the top of my head, it does sound a little bit sketchy, like a bit sus that this guy has got his leaks behind a Patreon paywall, but that's what it is. I'll just read what it says in the article here. So it says, so first things first, this news comes from Daniel RPK, a well-known leaker over on his Patreon. You won't be able to access said leak unless you pay a monthly fee. Oh. But the information is below in this article anyway. It says details are pretty sparse regarding a new live action movie for Assassin's Creed. But according to Daniel RPK, it's very much in the pre-production phase. So that means there's no actors have been cast, and no release date is currently being targeted. Oh, Daniel RPK did attach a little addendum to the leak, however. Although a new live-action Assassin's Creed film is in the works, it would appear that the Netflix live-action series has currently been put, quote-unquote, on hold.
Oh.
Whatever that means. So...
I see.
That's all we've really got. Now let's... I'm trying to look at what this guy's leaked out before and been right about, just for a bit of, you know, is this guy credible, is this guy not? I'm going to click on his link, and I'll see if we've got anything. So yeah, if you go to his Patreon, it just says Assassin's Creed, and it's just locked, because you have to unlock this post by paying $4.99 a month or whatever. So look, he's a big movie guy, apparently. He gets all these stuff. I don't know what he's leaked correctly, so I can't really verify his credibility, but that is what came out. And according to what people think online, he is credible. So I'm not going to say he is, but I'm going to say people are saying he is. And that's all the information we've really had. So obviously, you know, when we heard about that, I made a video just basically going on, you know, what would I do? You know, if I'm going to give anyone advice and they somehow see this and they're making the movie, please don't do this. Please do this. As a long-time fan who gets it, I you know, that's kind of what the video was.
Yeah.
But, you know, overall, what are your thoughts on that, seeing you didn't even hear about this?
No. I mean, yeah, the Netflix show, I'm not surprised, is on hold. This thing was announced in 2020. And it's not really progressed since then. It's just been a fancy logo.
Yeah, with an N in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong. I think Assassin's Creed as a series is going to work a lot better than a movie, personally. I think that format works. This is a totally separate note. But have you seen the trailer for the new Predator movie? It's an animated Predator movie.
I haven't seen the whole trailer, but I've seen like glimpses of it online. Yeah,
it's just like that
medieval, right?
Yeah, and like it's like an anthology,
cool,
but as a film. So like there's World War II, there's Vikings, and there's samurai, and it's like predators from different eras confronting them, and somehow that's not a TV show; it's a movie, but it's in that weird. 3D, you know, across the Spider-Verse style of animation. Which has become popular, that blend of 2D and 3D. And when I watched the trailer, I was just like, oh man, Assassin's Creed would fit this so well. Like, maybe that's what we need. Maybe Netflix should do like because they do a lot of anime adaptations of games. Like Devil May Cry came out recently. I haven't seen that, but they've done it for a couple of others as well. And I'm just like, maybe that's what Assassin's Creed needs. Maybe it doesn't need like a movie, like a big movie, because they tried that and I don't think it worked. I don't think the format in general worked. It's because it's different. I think
not the way they did it. Yeah.
No, and I like, obviously anything is possible, but I just don't think it would have worked as a movie format. But maybe an
TV
anime
series for sure.
or even like an animated movie that's just set entirely in the past, and then you can make the past look really stylized and like hyper, animated and stuff, and you can get some slick animation on the effects. And I wouldn't even, I don't want to give them any ideas, but I wouldn't even be angry if it was like a Warriors Creed sort of thing,
Oh,
No,
I would.
Hear me out though. Like, if it was like, okay, we're gonna do an animated spin-off showcasing the Shinobi League, but it's gonna be like,
don't.
Anime hyper, like, when I say hyper, I mean like good animation, like really, really good animation, not like tacky, slideshow PowerPoint sort of stuff. Like actually well animated and slick. Then I think it would be alright. But I don't know, a live action movie again? They're probably looking at like which video games are doing well at the minute. Like a lot of video game adaptations are doing great.
I suppose.
And they're like, what have we got? Oh, Assassin's Creed. I mean, Assassin's Creed was done by Fox, which is now owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And I don't see like the Fox Searchlight or anything really. I just have no faith in it, to be honest. I think the best bet they could probably get is like a HBO TV show, like that kind of caliber. But I don't see that happening.
Personally, I think it would be what I would personally want is just an Assassin's. If they were going to do some sort of Assassin's Creed, in entertainment media beyond games and stuff, I would say do it like a TV show.
Yeah.
I just
the
think
games
the
are formatted
way the
in
game
sequences, aren't they? Like,
well, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like that episodic format would work so much better. Also, I think one of the reasons the movie didn't do well is it almost felt like it should have been in that sort of format, but then also it didn't really explore. Again, I could be wrong because I haven't watched this film in years, but I don't remember it really exploring the characters much.
Oh God, no.
No. So it's like take the time with a TV show to be able to explore these characters, because I think the reason why, like the modern day with the parallel in the OG games, the parallel of the modern day with the historical protagonist worked is because it explored those characters and it explored again those parallels between them, and how there can be so much similarities with so much time in history, separating them and how it all comes together. I just don't think you can do that in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think you've got to do it over multiple series,
I think the bleeding effect like kicks in immediately after he gets out the animus. He starts seeing Aguilar everywhere.
Oh, God.
And it's like,
yeah, and it's like you haven't even got time to build to that. You need that, and I think excuse me. I think that's why, in my opinion, TV show were better.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I will give the movie like some credit. I think it dealt with the philosophy surprisingly well. It actually did address it a lot more than we've seen recently. The one thing that sticks in my mind is actually a deleted character, which obviously didn't make it into the final film. But initially there was... oh, God. Do you remember the main lady in the modern day?
I honestly don't. I don't remember any of the film, really. Is she the woman that was the daughter of Alan Rickon?
The daughter of...
Good old Rickon.
That guy, yeah.
He was in AC1, he was fat, and then in the movie he was skinny.
I remember being like, hang on a minute, this is a character. This is actually someone from the game. Like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like referenced in Origins afterwards as well. There's like an email from his daughter. Anyway, his daughter was going to have a girl that they adopted or something. There's like some random girl at that facility. There was a little girl who was going to be an assassin. Her ancestor was an assassin. She was going to be the main female assassin that's in that film with Aguilar. Her descendant was going to be a Templar, basically, and it was going to deal with, like, the director says this in one of the deleted scenes. He has, like, a little intro to it where he says, like, we wanted to explore the idea of a character that had the descendants be a Templar, but the ancestor be an assassin, and whether they felt an obligation to stick with the rules that had been set in place because of who their ancestor was. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a good idea. Like, that's actually quite a strong motivation. Like, oh, do I have to be a Templar because my ancestors were, or can I, swap sides? And that's like, that is a moral question that, and we do kind of get a little bit of that in the final film where we find out that Riken's daughter was an assassin in her past life, but it's never explored. It's literally just a blink and you miss it. But then, of course, he says, but, we didn't really feel like the character fit with the movie, so we cut her out. I'm like, what?
God.
What do you mean? Oh, but there's a lot to that movie. Lots of that movie that needs dissecting.
I think if they are, just to wrap up my thoughts on it, if they're going to make a movie, if it's got to have to be a movie, not a TV series, don't do the same failures as the last Assassin's Creed movie, where it tried to do that sort of in the Animus, out the Animus. I don't know if that works in a movie format. I think maybe I just think maybe you shouldn't have modern day in a movie. I don't know. It's hard to say. But also, if there's any movie directors that are working on this watching, probably not. But if there are, it's not a non-zero. Listen, man or woman, realize this. Just realize the truth, right? That these new Assassin's Creed games, don't listen to them. They're not good. They're bad, okay? There's some good parts in there, but overall, if you're going to try and do a proper, faithful Assassin's Creed story and you don't want to end up just becoming a normal, generic, historical movie, then actually look at Assassin's Creed like 1 to Revelations. Like, just for, in my opinion, of course, for a pure example, look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Look at a bit of AC3. I just think that is where you want to go if you really want to make a faithful Assassin's Creed movie. And also think, okay, how can I do this in a movie format? And don't try and just copy in sort of something that would fit better in an episodic structure, because obviously you can't do that. So don't do that. That's my advice.
Yeah, I would say just don't focus on the modern day. The modern day should be a backdrop to enforce what's going on in the Animus.
Because there's not enough time to explore it in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like so, in my pitch video from a few years ago where I tried to adapt AC2 into a Netflix format, which I still stand by. I mean, I haven't watched that video back in a long time, but I think I did a good job adapting that. I had a whole episode that was set out of the Animus, and then you go straight back in and that's it until the end. Like, there's only one episode that's outside of the Animus and everything else is in the Animus. And I think that's how you do it. You just keep it as like either do it as one episode or you sprinkle little bits throughout. You don't need to, I mean, a bit like the games are doing, really. Like, just have a little bit of narration or a little bit of a hint, maybe something weird like a glitch or something. You're like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, but do you even need that if it's not going to explore it like often or properly? Like, do you even need modern day, or is that just a gimmick then?
I mean,
at what point does it become that?
I really, I mean, I wanted to do an episode out of the Animus where it just kind of scratches the itch of like modern day fans, and it would give like a bit more progress in the story. It would literally just be like the Animus isn't working, so they need to break into Abstergo to get something back to get it working again. But in that context, you can break into Abstergo and you can see what's going on with Abstergo and get like all of the corporate presentations and stealthy sequences and stuff like that. And maybe sneak a little Watch Dogs reference in there. That'd be pretty cool. You can try and connect those. And I think it would be just a fun bit of fan service without having to cater to it too much.
Yeah.
And then, if it does well, if people go, oh, we love that episode, season 2, make it a bit more 50-50, because you've got the time to do that. Yeah. That was my pitch anyway.
Yeah. Should we move on to our last piece of Assassin's Creed news you may or may not know about?
Let's do it.
So,
let's go for it.
Last but not least, we have, now this is a bit older news. I don't even know when this news came out because it was ages ago. But Assassin's Creed Mirage might be getting DLC. Probably not, to be honest, at this point.
I don't know. I'm starting to think less so as time goes on.
I feel like maybe it basically the context is basically Yves Guillemot, CEO of Ubisoft, and Yeah, he he was on a jaunt across the world. He was going to Saudi Arabia, I believe, to talk with people over there about just doing business over there, right? Because Saudi Arabia are trying to get into the gaming industry more because it's a massive industry and they want to be part of it. So he was there in business talks over there. And there was rumored information that came from these talks that he spoke with a company called Savvy Games Group to potentially create DLC, new content for older titles. And one of those titles in mention was Assassin's Creed Mirage. That was all it was. It was just basically a rumor, I guess you could call it, based off of talks that we do know happened. So, I made a video about this a while back, and I seem to be the only one who made a video about it. I don't know why. It's really weird. Like, surely that's something that you'd want to talk about. But yeah, literally, to my knowledge, I was the only YouTuber that actually made a video about that. And I think that's why I got quite a lot of views on it, because it was like, I'd hit my mini niche there. I was like, I did two videos on it, and they both did well.
I was going to make a video. It was just like, once you've said, oh, they're thinking of doing DLC, I felt like my brain just stopped there. I couldn't think of like, oh, well, am I going to just like speculate on what they could do? I don't know. I couldn't picture the video in my head, but
that's fair enough. What I did was I didn't script it or anything. I literally just read the article and then I just started yapping about my thoughts on it. And it worked. Yeah. It worked alright. It came together. But yeah,
I think now, like, I could probably have an answer to like what I think the idea was there.
Well, do you think that there's any legitimacy to this, or do you think that it was more of just a passing like remark, like, well, we could work together and we could do this, but that's kind of all it was, more like what could we do rather than what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I think realistically it's more of like here's what we have the opportunity to do in the future. Like, we don't be restricted by one game. And that kind of got reinforced by what our good friend Mark Alexei Cortez said during that BAFTA presentation. He said, look, we're not threatened by the older games. We want to coexist, because we see each Assassin's Creed game as competition with each other. And so they constantly have to evolve and be better than the last one. Whereas I think the way they're changing their mindset now is that people can pick and choose which Assassin's Creed they want to play, and they're all on like this Animus platform.
That's why they'll never do an overarching story anymore.
Oh, yeah. They've got to be entirely standalone. But I think that's why they might have mentioned Mirage. They might have said, like, Mirage isn't done. Like, just because it's an older game, we can go back to these games whenever we want now. Because we're putting them on the hub. So the hub can be, all of the games running at the same time. And I think that's more likely, like, the way it was worded.
Probably something like that, yeah. And it could have been there was like an observer to these talks, and they were paraphrasing, writing information down, and then it was taken. So yeah, I think I can't imagine it would be worth their time doing DLC for Mirage.
I don't think so.
But it's rumored, so it's possible. It is. There's something in the air, or there was something in the air over in Saudi Arabia the day they spoke about.
I don't think that air's going to sweep over here.
Well, we'll see. But that was it really, and obviously we had to talk about that so we could do a thumbnail for it, do a title, get some views. But no, I mean, maybe we should just give wrap up thoughts about that. Again,
I don't think anybody's going to go back to Mirage.
I don't think it would be lucrative enough. I think more of the question is, though, is it possible?
What to actually do it? Just
that they might think, let's just do it. Let's just outsource this DLC to this company. And then if it does well, we'll outsource DLC to this company for Origins as well, then Odyssey, then Shadows and Valhalla. And
the only way I can see that happening is if they're literally getting it like done for free, or if it's like part of the deal that it has to be done, because there's no financial benefit from doing this.
What if imagine this though. What if, let's say, somehow this is miraculously successful, and then every
we
week
get like a
we get
Phantom
new-
Liberty for,
we're getting
for Mirage.
Yeah, we're just getting new content drops for these games like all the time, like every month, new content drop, like new side quest in Odyssey, go play it. New crossover quest here, go play it. Go play Origins because we just added this, and this. Like it keeps getting added to the game. Do you think there's a world where this Savvy Games Group or any other company are doing these just making content all the time? You know, like how mobile games just constantly get updated, or like even like any online game.
I was thinking like an MMO. It's like expansions for like
and
Warcraft
it might
or
not
something,
it might not always be massive maps, but it might just be like new outfits. Here's the Shadows outfit in Odyssey. Here's maybe it's a side quest, but there's not much dialogue, and it's just you're going here, assassinating these enemies, getting a cool reward.
Yeah,
almost like a mod. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. Yeah, I just thought of that Fallout 4 15-year... Was it 50 or 10-year anniversary? They did that, like, Enclave thing. Did you play that?
No.
It was when the show
was
came
that on
out.
the creative... whatever it's called. The Creation Club.
Well, it was originally paid content on there, but they made it part of an update. They did a 60 FPS update for Fallout 4 when the TV show came out to try and capitalise a bit on that. Because all of the actual TV show related outfits and that released on Fallout 76, but for Fallout 4 they gave you like an hour-long Enclave side quest that was literally just like a mod quest line, and it was terrible. But I can see that happening for Assassin's Creed, unfortunately. Like Odyssey, surely it's all built in for them to just generate random quests with like AI generated dialogue and Radiant quests that just keep recycling forever.
Yeah, so like maybe this will end up being a thing. Maybe that's more what the conversation was.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea that, okay, 2 years go on, we've had Hexay, but we're still getting stuff for Shadows. Like, I think that's a nice idea if it keeps making the money. As long as it's up to scratch and the quality doesn't like drop off a cliff massively. I wouldn't mind like more expansions. Like if Shadows' story could get better with time, that would be, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to that. It's all just going to depend on the prices of stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, that's all I've got to say about that, really. Yeah, I mean, should we wrap up?
Yeah,
I couldn't think of what to say then, so I was just like, yeah.
How do I transition this across?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about everything we wanted to talk about today, haven't we?
Yeah, we've gotten to everything.
Everything, yeah. Oh, God. Stretching. I'm just stretching.
Yeah, and next week, we've got... Are you sure?
Sorry about that. Yeah, just a stretch, don't worry.
So next week we're going to do a game that we were going to do this week, but we don't have time. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a fun game. We've got a fun game planned for next week. And maybe we can make it more of a... Maybe we can choose different topics that involve the gimmick of the game, if you know what I mean.
For sure.
Yeah,
I get that. We could definitely do that. Also, just to say, I realised when we were talking, I never once transitioned out with this, which I should have done at the end of the write-ins.
Oh.
If you want to write into the show, you can email us at askthepodyssey. No, fuck. I do that every time. No.
Askthepodyssey at Gmail.
Askthepodyssey at gmail.com. It's on screen now.
Yes.
Chuck us an email. Again, I was going to say that at the end of the write-ins, and I forgot. But there you go. The link's also in the description. And yeah, I mean, that's all I've got to say about that. It's been good hanging out with you again, Lewis. It's been good.
It's been a good episode. Yeah, I feel like we did a chill one. We did a chill one last week, but I feel like we're slowly ramping it back up to like the usual content. I think Shadows like burned us out, and now we're starting to slowly, you know, get back into the evergreen, I think, style of content.
For sure. I think we'll have to think of what we would. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the spinner thing next week, aren't we?
Shh.
Yeah, I feel like we could do. Oh, am I not allowed to say?
Well, yeah.
Oh, no, guys, I lied. It's actually something else.
It was totally a joke.
Yeah, but Yeah, anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this, press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the Podyssey, an Assassin's Creed podcast. We are also on Spotify. You can check us out in all of our links in the description. Our main channels are down there too. I don't know why I'm just feeling like I'm not feeling my outro right now.
Oh,
you know?
Do you need to?
But there you go. No,
Excellent.
it's fine. I've said my piece.
That's all right. I didn't feel the
Yeah.
intro last week. I was like, what am I saying? What am I doing here? I'm going at 1 mile an hour here.
Yeah.
But,
That's kind of how I feel right now. I feel slow, but it's just, it is what it is.
just
It
winding
is
down.
what it is. We are winding down. I'm just really bad at like saying goodbye and actually ending it. That's my issue. I think I should throw it back over
like
to you.
I'm like that on live streams. I'm always like, oh, I don't want
Yeah,
to go. I feel
yeah.
bad.
It's
Everybody.
weird, isn't it? You're like goodbye. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
like,
goodbye.
Okay, I'm going now. And then someone will send a
Yeah.
message, and I'm like, oh no, hang on. I'm going to answer this, and then you're there another half an hour.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
We are gonna go now.
That's how I feel right now. Can you lead us out? I can't
Okay,
do it.
let
I
me-
just
let me
can't do it to him.
Put on my big
I can't
boy
leave all my
pants.
friends here on the podcast.
Thank you all for watching this episode of the Podyssey. Thank you for 20 episodes as well. Crikey.
Hell yeah,
How we doing
20.
that?
Yeah, we
Blimey.
need to get to 1,000 subs. We need this right now.
I thought you were going to say, we need this money.
Oh no, I didn't
No,
mean
no,
like
no,
that.
no,
I just
no,
meant
no.
we need 1,000 guys.
Yeah, I'd
if
like
you
to
have
get
friends
past 1,000.
that can subscribe, if you have second accounts, if you have third accounts, fourth accounts, give us a sub.
Create accounts.
We're trying so hard to hit 1,000. Come
Yeah,
on, guys,
yeah.
please.
Weekly
Please, if you
podcasts, guys. Not many people do
If-
weekly podcasts.
Yeah, right. I know. And like, if
E-begging,
you have a grandma,
What?
does your no? Listen. If your grandma has a YouTube account, I don't know. Does she have a look next time you're at her house? Check her iPad. If she
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a YouTube account,
Sneak
subscribe
onto
to
your
us.
parents' laptops, tellies, everything.
Go
subscribe.
go through one of those stores that have all the phones that you can buy and just watch the Podyssey on every single device
Yeah.
in that store.
Start a movement.
Of course.
Oh,
the
and
Podyssey.
go on to buyyoutubesubs.com and just give us a little donation
because then we'll get
over there.
banned. No, I don't. We would actually get banned, I think.
Does that happen?
Yeah, because I think YouTube will detect it, and then obviously it can just ban the channel. That's kind of scary,
God.
isn't it? Because anybody could just fuck you. Like by paying
Yeah, they could
the
just
subs on and linking your channel. But then
Okay,
it's like, why
well,
would they do that?
don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
No,
Okay?
please don't do
Maybe
that.
Don't
Please
do
don't
that.
do
Just
that. We won't get banned, and you'll look like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Don't
No
do that.
Podyssey
We'll
for
come
anyone.
you. We'll just contact
good
lawyers
on.
and get you sued. Yeah. You actually could get sued if you did that to us. Just saying.
Yeah, so don't.
Just saying. No one's gonna do that. What? I'm getting paranoid now.
Well, no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. We've fostered a healthy community.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna just shut up now because I'm not good at outros. You do your thing.
Okay, should I just say the thing?
Yeah.
All right. This has been a Podyssey. I will not soon forget.